Hey, how are you?
Doing good, doing good. All right, family. Just to let y'all know, I'm not on the road. I am parked.
Okay.
All right. And yeah, guys, y'all ready to get started?
Yes,
Yes,
we
sir.
are.
All right, awesome, guys. So we're just gonna start it as usual. I'll just start with a short intro and then have you guys introduce yourselves. All right.
Okay.
Good.
All right. Well, family, my name is Dontavious Hill, three-time Team USA high jumper, and today I'm here with one of my athletes, Gavin, and his mom, Erica. Once again, all right, Gavin has been on about four or so interviews so far this year because he just keeps on coming. And all right, Gavin, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know what school you go to, what grade you're in, and what's your PR.
Yes, sir. Hello, if y'all don't know me, my name is Gavin, and I go to Sotomayor High School, and my PR is 6'8".
All right, and Erica.
My name is Erica, and I am Gavin's mom, and we are here in San Antonio, Texas.
All right. And Gavin, man, you just keep on coming, man. And we just keep talking about it every week. And you started out this indoor season, you opened with 6 feet. And that was about 3 meets ago. And you were able to go 6 feet, then you went 6'4", then you went 6'6", now you just went 6'8".
Yes,
All
sir.
right. So walk us through that competition. Tell us where you open height and how did it go?
So actually, I opened height at 5'6" this past meet because I didn't get a chance to like say my open height. The officials were, I guess, I'm not gonna say what, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, So I actually scratched that 5'6" for my first attempt. So it was just like some small tweak, but I got rid of that and cleared it next. And then everything, was going good. Got one scratch at 6'2", but fixed it. Then after that, it's like kind of like kept on like scratching, but it was only like one scratch and then next sit because it happened with 6'4" as well. At 6'6", this was to win the meet. I scratched two times, and then everyone else was like already scratched out. So I was the last person there, and if I was to clear it, I would have won. And so that's what I did. I managed to clear it, and I won. And so 6'8" was the next height up. And so it was just kind of, it was my first time ever attempting 6'8" with a bar. And so just kind of wanted to get a feel for it at first, scratched, and then just kind of felt like my back hit it a little bit. So in my mind, I just said, get vertical and then I'll clear it. And so that's what I did, got vertical and cleared that.
Oh yeah, man, and that's awesome to hear. It's just so exciting when you just drop another PR and you post it and I see it. It's so cool to see. And Erica, what was your, experience? Were you able to make it to the meet and watch?
I was not able to make it to this last meet,
Okay.
and I was still nervous for him because the meet on the schedule they were supposed to start early in the morning. So I'm like, he hasn't called, like nothing. They should have already jumped by now. And his sister, she came running in the room because he had, texted, and she was like, "Gavin jumped 6'8", and I was like, so I was thinking about it the whole time. I was really, really, really happy for him. And we were all just so excited for him because it's like week after week. And to me, this just shows like, I'm thinking in my mind, like he's a consistent, like, 6'8", 6'6" jumper or 6'6" jumper. Cause, we watch, some high jumpers, and to maintain that consistency, like isn't easy, and so, it's almost like since he PR'd the first time, it's like something got in his head and he's just like, okay, like, I don't know, something clicked, to where he's just like, okay, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. I just got to tweak. He's so much better at adjusting. So yeah, we were all excited. We were all
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, and he is really doing a really good job. It's really great to see every single week and, really expecting you to keep going, Gavin, because you're getting closer and closer to that goal of yours. Like I know you said you wanted to go 7 feet this season, and it's literally right there. It's right around the corner. Like it's literally 2 bars away. And tell me, Gavin, did you get a chance to jump at another height? What did you jump at after that?
I did not get a chance to jump at another height just due to the fact of how long the meet was already taking. And so they had to go in and rack up the bit. So,
Okay. Yeah, so they saved themselves from a 6'10" for
yeah,
a potential 7, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, I know I messaged you earlier and let you know that you got the qualifying standard for indoor nationals for New Balance. I know you told me that you didn't know, like, if you were able to do it or not, but I did verify. Even though it was an outdoor meet, you still can compete. If that's something that you guys want to do as a family. So, I guess, Gavin, what's your reaction to that, knowing that you're qualified?
So actually, I have it really wasn't in my mind at all to compete at like a high level like that. Like it just wasn't like an idea. And so just realizing that is a pretty surreal feeling.
Yeah, for sure. And do you know what your rankings are on in the state and in the nation right now?
So last time I checked, I was ranked number 8 in the nation, number 3 in Texas, number 1 in Texas for the class of 6A, number 1 in my region, and number 1 in my district.
Yes, sir. How does that feel, Gavin?
It's crazy. I'm gonna be honest. It's like just just being at this place. It's just I can't even really comprehend just from the past and always wanting, just wishing to be like number 1, like just in the district, just being from like rank number 13 or something with a 5.8 PR just from last year, and then being number 1 like in the state, like in my 6A class. It's like it's crazy to think about just how much progression that it took.
Yeah, yeah. And Erica, what I know Gavin talks about, like, he remembers last year when he had a 5.8 PR, probably closer to the start of the season. Of course, he finished with 6 feet, you know, didn't really have like a high state ranking or anything. We know Texas is a competitive state. What is your kind of, I guess, your take on seeing his progression, even from last year, from a junior to now being a senior, and you seeing him be able to grow?
Um, I just think that, I mean, for me, like I said, I mean, we talked about this before, and it's just the whole package. I look at it holistically, and so just kind of the confidence, the character, the resilience that he has, and just the consistency, and it's like he puts in the work, so it's not like he just gets out there and like it's just, oh, he's just so athletic and he's able to do it. Like he puts in the work, and just to see that, and people don't see that, they're like, oh, you're so tall, you should be able to jump. It's like it's not it's not like that at all. He does the things, all summer long, when everybody else was like, having fun and having a good time. He made sure that he still got, out there, and he was jumping even when there wasn't, a place to jump. He was still doing something, getting stronger, doing weight, something, So I just think that worth ethic, because to me that's going to take him further than just I jump. It's like learning to build a really great worth ethic. It's what I've noticed, and so I'm just proud because before, like I said, this is the first sport that he actually, you could tell he really loves, because he is doing, the things, outside of normal practice, and so, and you don't have to tell him to do it. He just does it anyway. And so that, I think for me, that's one of the biggest things is just, watching him grow as a man, as a young man, and watching him, get a really great, work ethic.
Yeah. And I love that you share that, because it's bigger than high jump, right?
Yeah.
One thing that I tell the kids sometimes is that, okay, high jump is what we do. It is not who we are.
Yeah.
It is not the full scope of what we represent as a person, right? And Gavin is a true embodiment of that. He's a great student, he's a great athlete. And I do even want to touch on the fact that, Gavin, you've been able to secure some offers, of course, get interest from a lot of different schools. How many offers do you have now?
Now I have 24.
Goodness gracious.
Coach, it's almost every day, and then it's every time he jumps higher, it's like a new set of schools, that's like reaching out. Hey, like, can you get on a call? And it happens so quickly, and it's like, so I'm just telling him now, people are watching. People are watching you. There was a coach sitting out in the stands that he was reaching out to, that he reached out to, and that coach happened to be sitting out in the stands, and like he's like, yeah, I saw you, So, and he's like, when can you come in for a visit, So it's and that's one thing that I think that why I love, that this is more than just about high jump. It's about character building, what you're doing with the kids. It's because like even in these moments, like there's so many people reaching out, and so it's like, how do you speak to them? How do you have this type of conversation? And how do you carry yourself in those moments, and how do you stay humble, during the process? So it's all happening so fast. It really is.
Yeah, and it's gonna keep coming fast too. It's as he continues to improve, and like you say, it's just so much deeper than high jump, and Gavin being able to benefit him being able to use his God-given talent, and also the things that he's also worked for on top of that. It's just like a great combination that just allows him to just really blossom. And Gavin, for you, well, I just want to speak, I guess, a little bit on what I experienced when I was in high school. When I was a junior, I was seeking that, wanting to be recruited and wanting to be wanted by different schools. And now, Gavin, you're at a point where something that I don't think you could have foreseen as a junior, or even entering this senior year, to say, man, I'm going to have 24 offers or more, right? Tell me what's that like, understanding you're a top recruit in the nation for high jump and also one of the top recruits in Texas.
It's I really don't have any words to describe it. It's like I just never really thought that just this could like be possible, really. I mean, I know that, all things, you can make possible, but just it was never really in my mind to like get to the point where I'm at now. And just, gotta be thankful for it.
Yeah, for sure. And was your dad able to make it to that meet where you jumped 6'8"?
No, sir.
No,
So it was
neither
just
one.
teammates, coaches, and friends.
Yes, yes, yes. And even listening to the video, how excited like everybody else was out there, that made me feel good. Just looking at the video and like they were doing the clap, and so when he did it, you could hear so he had the support of just his peers, and I think that's so beautiful.
Right. Yeah,
And
and
I
it
know his coaches are proud of him too.
And that's so awesome. Like whenever he's not only doing good for himself, but other people are recognizing that. That's one thing that I really appreciate about, Gavin as an athlete. I'll keep saying it. He shows up and he supports others, which is why he gets that in turn. Like it comes right back around, like positivity, it comes right back to him, whether it's from his teammates, his coaches, other athletes in the program, right? Everybody wants to see him succeed because when he wasn't having his success right away, he was still supporting others. And I would say that's one of the most beautiful things, about his journey so far. And it's just going to keep happening, right? I truly do believe that it is not over. Gavin, we're still in March. Like, you got a long way to go. But yeah, Gavin, tell me, man, I know I just brought up New Balance, for you today. What are you thinking? You think you're going to compete there? What you think?
Um, I think I still need to talk about it more with my peers and
Yeah.
just other people, who also supports me just to see what they say about it, just see what their thoughts on it. But I would be, it's something I would be interested in.
Okay. And the reason why I ask is because you're a senior and this is your last year of high school, and but I also don't want you to feel pressured to be there because you don't have to prove that you're a great jumper. You're already a great jumper, and you have been for a long time. It's just now everyone else is getting to see that, right? But if it is something that you decide you want to pursue, I'll be there to support you. But don't feel like you have to prove anything. You already have proven it, Gavin, and you're a living testimony, man. But yeah, Gavin, thank you for doing a great job and just being a great student and an athlete. And son, of course, to your parents. And Erica, thank you for supporting him and doing a great job, you and Shannon both. But thank you guys for jumping on today.
Thank
Thank you,
you so
coach.
much. We
Thank you.
appreciate you. We appreciate
All
all you
right.
do. Thank you.
Okay, I'll talk to y'all soon.
Okay.
Talk to you.
Bye.
Bye.